how did your life with him begin? How old was he when you got him?
So he was 12 weeks when I picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him from a friend's Instagram. She was getting rid of, some puppies, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I want him. I want him. So I went and got him, and he was 12 weeks. And from there on, we were like, he was like glue. I had him in my room in his cage, and
Yeah.
trained him, to go to the restroom, and he would literally scrape the door to go outside to go do his
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And that's just how he was. Like, he was so um human, like,
Yes, yes. I get it. Like the pictures you would send me even, and it's so precious because, obviously you already know like Ruby loves animals. Like she would see him in the pictures. She's like, Mom, look at his eyes. He knows like
Yeah.
he's getting a cake or he's getting his
Oh my
his
god.
little treat. She's in tune to that. So
Yeah.
he did
Yeah.
have like that human like connection,
Yeah. And so yeah, from then on he was just stuck to me like glue. Like, even when I would go to the store or go out, for the day or whatever, he would be at the door just waiting for me, or at the gate,
Mhm.
just waiting for me. And he just started to like I started putting him on my bed, and
Mhm.
he started sleeping with me, and just very attached,
Yeah.
like too much, just
Very
too.
close to you, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And of course we had his birthdays. We had
Yes.
every birthday he had a cake, and
Yes. So
he just
precious.
loved it. Like, if you see the video where we were
Yeah.
singing to him, and he just embraced it.
I saw that. I was like, when I played that earlier for my girls, I was like, look at Angel doesn't even do this. And all the girls laughed. They're like, he's so cute. Like he knows. He knows
Yeah.
it's his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I talked to him, his ears would go up or whatever.
Oh,
He knew that I was. He just he was my sidekick.
yeah.
He was everything to me,
Yeah.
and it's so hard. It's so super hard. No matter what I do, like,
Yeah.
I try to be happy. I try to like keep myself busy, and then everything reminds me of him. Like,
Mhm.
I just can't seem to find happiness right now.
Yeah. I'm sure it's really, really hard right now. This is all still very new. Um,
It's almost like it's almost weird, but
mhm.
I'm not trying to be weird, and I know that you understand
Yeah,
because you have Angel.
of course. It's not weird, but go ahead and explain what you're saying. It's not weird, but why,
I mean,
we do feel this way as people. We feel like we almost have to explain what we mean?
well, it just feels weird that I'm so emotionally, stressed and anxiety, and just like not being able to find myself right now. And it's already been almost 10 days that he's been gone. I
Yeah.
can't even deal with it. Like, I don't know how.
Sis, do you think, I mean, I don't have the timeline down and I'm just trying to tune into your feelings. I know you've went through a lot of loss,
Yeah.
in the last several years. Did Papa's come into your life during a time that was.
Oh yeah, that's when I got him. When I got him, I was taking care of my husband's grandma, who was like 93,
Mhm.
and I was so stressed out just taking care of her and having to change her and bathe her and do all, feed her and just do
Yeah.
everything for her, and I was so stressed out. And so when I got him, I mean, I didn't work. I was with
Mhm.
her 24/7, and
God
breakfast,
bless. Yeah.
lunch, and dinner. I would be with her and stuff, and
Right.
Papa came into my life, and it was just me and him. and I would like, I didn't ignore her. She was still here, and I just had somebody, you know.
Yeah.
My husband is all at work all the time, and my
Mhm.
daughters are at work too, and I'm here with, it was me and the grandma and my papa, and you know, he just took other part of my time,
Yeah.
and
You
you know,
know, I
just from there on, I had him.
right. I think that could make for an even bigger impact, in your life, an even bigger bond and closeness. Like he came into your life during a time that was very stressful, very
Yeah,
unknown, and who knows what it would have been like if you didn't have him. That sounds like a
yeah,
very traumatic time to deal with things.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he just filled that void of he filled the void of whatever it was going on with me with her, you know, like you said.
Right.
And you know,
Yeah.
from then on, he's just been here, and he's been my baby, and I
Mhm.
spoil him like a child, almost, just almost human like. And I think that's where I messed up. Not messed up, but
Yeah.
you know, I didn't know that. I expected him to be with me for a long time. You hear people
Mhm.
have their pets for 12, 15 years, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and if people are wondering, I mean, he Papa's was only what, 5 years old?
Yeah, he was only 5.
Okay, so that's pretty young. Yeah, I would expect, if we were just, guessing, we would expect that he would be here longer than that.
Yeah.
Um,
And he was
Yeah.
my first pet. You know, I never had ever, I mean, as a child growing up, we had family pets, and I don't remember what happened to them, but uh,
But he was yours, like, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
To
he was mine.
belong to you. Yeah.
And I have so many pictures and so many videos and just so much. He was just my life, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm
It's
just kind of lost. I don't know.
it's understandable, Denise. Don't be hard on yourself, sis. It is understandable. Even in the pictures you put, I see his little face with his tongue out. Like he's got such a personality, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Um,
I would, you hit it right on the head. Yeah, he did have a personality for sure.
yeah.
I'm
So
telling you,
it's
like
not just
almost human like, you know? And
right.
he would listen, he would do everything. He would tell me when he wanted to go out, he would tell me when he wanted to
Oh,
play, you know, he'd bring me his toy. Um,
yeah.
he loved his ice cream. I used to buy him these ice creams from the store.
Yes.
And as
Tell
soon as
me,
I
yeah, tell me about that. What is that? Where did you get those at?
so at our local market at Stater
Mhm.
Brothers, they have these things
Oh,
called Frosty Paws, and I don't know who's seen them first. I think my husband seen them, and we got them, and oh my god, when we would say, we would always have them no matter what. They were always in the freezer, and
mhm.
as soon as I said Frosty Paw, he would, look up and like move his
Oh,
head, and you know, I don't know if you've seen the video though, but when we would talk to him, he
yeah.
would move his head like side to side, like he was
Yeah.
trying to figure out, you
Yeah.
know, what we're saying.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I don't know. I know that I believe in God, and
Mhm.
he was always, you know, I try to pray and just meditate, and he's just in my mind. Like he doesn't
Mhm.
leave my mind.
Mhm.
And like he sleeps with me, so I find myself like, the first night he was gone, I got up and I told my husband, "Where's Papa?" And he goes,
Oh,
"What?" And I said, "Oh no, nothing."
oh, Denise. Yeah.
You know, I caught myself like
I'm so
asking
sorry.
for him, and I wake up in the night and I feel for him. And I remember, like, he's not here, and I'm not trying to torture myself or,
No, I know. Yeah.
it's just really odd. Like, I cried when my brother passed away.
Hmm.
I It's a different feeling from that. I can't explain it.
Right.
It's not the same sorrow. It's different,
Mm.
I just don't know how to explain it. I don't.
I think that you're speaking a lot of things that a lot of people feel, but maybe they don't touch on. Like, for example, my stepfather, he got a little puppy, right after he was shot, like a comfort, to comfort him.
Oh, yeah.
And that was his baby. She was always in his lap, like always right there with him.
Yeah.
And she lived quite a while for a little dog, but um, she started having some health problems and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was with her at her last moments. He couldn't bring himself to be there.
Yeah.
But
And that too,
yeah.
like, I,
Mhm.
we had a. I was when I found out he was sick with cancer. It was last month, June 20th, and so we found out. I took him in for an ear flush, and the lady said, I mean, I said, his lymph nodes are swollen too, and she said we better do a test, and I said, I don't have money like that. And so I was like, she goes, no, I think we better just do a test, and I was like, from what I was paying. She said, ignore the air flush right now, and da da da. And I said, okay.
Mhm.
And so 2 days later, we got the news, and I was just bawled my eyes out. And then from there on, I was just kind of watching, his health, and of course he stopped playing, and he just wanted to be by me the whole time. Like, I never left him for like a month straight.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the store. I didn't like do any of that. I just stood
Yeah.
with him
I
all
know.
day, all night.
You
And
know, I I remember you reaching out. That was only like 3 days after my grandma passed, and I'm like, "Man, what is all this happening? Like, so
yeah,
many things at once."
yeah,
And I thought to myself, like, he's gonna have more time. Like, he'll have more time, but it seems like it
yeah. He
happened
passed on.
so fast. Yeah.
Well, he got really bad, um, to where like the heat didn't help.
Mhm.
It was hot, and I was trying to keep him cool and just try to comfort him, and
Yeah.
he would still eat. We He ate, but not a lot. Maybe like once a day now.
Mhm.
And he woke up, and one night he couldn't breathe. It was a different kind of breathing now,
Mhm.
where he was trying to breathe, like trying to breathe.
It
I
just
said I
sounded
better.
different?
Yeah, it sounded different, looked different, and I was like, I'm gonna take him. I gotta
Mhm.
take him to see like what's going on.
Yeah.
And he walked in, like, I didn't have to hold him or nothing. Like, he walked right in there, like he knew, because he knew that place. He knew it was his place. That he went every. I think once a month.
Yeah, because you got his nails done there, right? Like it
Yeah,
clipped.
he would. Yeah, but they would have to put him under, for that.
Mhm.
And he just didn't like nobody touching his nails, and
Yeah.
that was something.
He's familiar with it though. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he was really familiar where he's going. So he walks in there like that thing and
Oh,
sees his doctor, and his doctor was so great with him.
yeah.
He loved her. He loved her, and she always looked forward to seeing him and stuff. And she was crying,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm like, damn, I've
Even she,
never, like, I
yeah,
never knew, doctors would
would be
show
hurt.
emotion. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
she was even hurting.
she just said it's time.
Oh man.
And so we said our goodbyes and tried to hold on to him a little longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he walked back there.
Hmm.
He just walked back there like nothing. And I
Yeah.
think I beat myself up. But I know that he wasn't good, you know, so that was that. And I just want to thank you for just letting me talk about him, you know.
Yeah, I want you to
It-
talk about him. He's part of the family. It doesn't matter if, you know, anything like if this is ever even put out, but people, we have to understand like I hate even saying pets because it's like our family member,
yeah.
It feels weird to say pet because
How
when
long
you
have you
lost,
had Angel? How long?
oh my gosh, Denise, I got her. Okay, my dad was killed in 2015,
Mm.
February. Okay. So I got Angel like around like the 6th of July, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah. So like, I
Mm.
mean, she shouldn't have even been given out that early, but I
Yeah.
mean, we drove to like East Bakersfield and got her.
Mm.
The thing with her is like really nobody wanted her because she was like an albino bulldog and down there it's super hot.
Yeah.
They're known for getting skin cancer. So she was like the last puppy left. And we're like,
Mm.
let's just go get her. And like your papa's was with you, Angel is such a like she's on me. She's on me. She knows
Yeah. Yeah.
like the last several days, like Saturday, for example, which I think was the same. It was, if correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, was it the 1 week or 2 week anniversary of Papa's being gone?
The past Saturday was a week, yeah.
Okay. So his 1 week was my grandma's 7 week anniversary of her passing.
Mm.
And that's how I remembered it. Um, and Angel was just on me that day. It's like, I know people might think it sounds crazy, but it's like she knew, that I was hurting.
Yeah.
And that it was
Oh,
just a little deeper that day.
no,
It
yeah.
was a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I was trying not to let Papa feel, you know, that
Hmm.
I, the way I felt. But I think
Yeah.
he already knew, like,
No,
he
you
was,
carried it. You carried it well, Denise. You carried it like a G. Like you catered to him and loved him right up until, you know what I mean? Those
yeah.
last moments. I know, if anything, I know it's that he knows his
Yeah.
mama loved him.
Yeah. No, I know. And I have
Yeah.
dreams. I dream of him all the time.
Oh.
And it's very rare that I do dream, you know, but these
Mhm.
past few nights, um, and I kind of, I think because before he passed away, I was thinking, and I don't know, maybe I just think too much, but
Mhm.
I was sitting here and I was like, man, when he's gone, he's gonna be looking for me, like
Oh,
out there somewhere, you know.
yeah.
And sure enough, I had that dream.
Oh, he did. Like he was looking for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like he was lost, but I hadn't got his ashes back yet. And
Mhm.
they called me what was it, yesterday,
Yeah.
to go get his ashes, and I dreaded that moment because I was just, you know, my mind just goes like a crazy woman.
Yeah. Just like facing that reality, huh? Like,
Yeah, I was like, should I go? Should I have this? Like, should I get him? And I don't know
Of
how
course.
weird that's gonna be, but
It ain't weird. You know what? It's not weird. This is like, I mean, I don't feel like it's weird. Check it out. Like, so you know how my parents moved, like when my step grandma passed away. She's got all like her little babies, like her little pets, she always had little dogs.
yeah.
They were her babies, you know. She has every single one of them like in the backyard, like their little plaque, like right where their ashes are at. And some people might think,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's so weird. That's creepy." No, she loved them. They loved her.
Yeah.
It's not weird or creepy. They helped her get through a time where things were tough for her, you know? She
Yeah.
lost 2 husbands before she ever passed. And now, you know, her little one that's left, Breezy, she she's like so spunky and so such a light in our life, you know? And she would always tell me like, "Oh, if something ever happened to me, that's your dog."
Aw,
I'm like, "You already know, you know, she's
taken care of.
yeah, yeah." But it's not weird. I want you to know like everything you're feeling is legit and it's validated, you know?
Yeah. It's just that I know that he's he's okay, you know. I know that he's not in pain. I
Right.
know I know all this stuff. And I may sound selfish, but I just want him back. And my daughters are like, just get another dog, you know. And I said, no, I don't ever want another pet. Like, I don't want to go through this, but at the same time, I know that there's a pet puppy out there that
Yeah.
needs love, you know, like that poem I sent.
You know, you make
I
a
don't
good
know.
point. I know your daughters mean well, and I know your heart is also in the right place. Like it hurts to even hear that, right?
Yeah,
Because nobody will ever replace him. You know, it's not like we're replacing him. I'm sure what they mean is, you know, let's get a puppy into mom's life to, you know, love her back to life. They're not meaning to replace papas.
yeah.
But, you know, what can you say about that as far as hearing that from a family member? You know, when they say, let's get a new puppy and move forward. Is that
I
something
mean,
that
you know, it's not the first time they told me this week. It's like the
okay.
second or third time that I'm just like, you guys stop telling me that because I don't want another pet.
Mhm.
Like I don't, I don't see myself with another dog. I, you know, another. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. And
Right.
saying dog is weird because he was.
He's so special.
You
Yeah.
know,
He's such like I'm telling you guys, you know, the members that see this, or if you guys see it, go on Denise's IG.
or you
I
could
swear
I don't know if
his
you could link a video, but
yeah. If you send it to me or if you send me the link, I could definitely link it.
yeah, once you guys see that, it's gonna tell you and show you how much,
Mhm.
you know.
Like his personality, like everything just stands out. Like
Yeah,
it was not just I don't know. You guys have to see him for yourself to see what we're
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Definitely.
And tell Ruby I really appreciate
Oh,
everything that she, you know.
oops, my microphone. I hope you like that night that we did the giveaway. That was totally random that
Oh my gosh, that
I
made
don't know
me
if you got
cry.
that. Okay.
That
Yeah, like she was like, "Mom, remember, you know, the puppy that's in heaven?" Like she already knew.
yeah,
Of course, I talked to
yeah,
her, you know, but she's
yeah.
very in tune to animals and she's also very in tune to
I
people
know that.
hurting. And she
No,
was
yeah,
asking about you.
yeah. I remember when I first met, you know, you
Yeah.
guys.
Hmm.
She's so into her animals and her cats, and just
Yeah.
she has that gift, you know. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my
Oh,
god, it just made me It
I
just touched my
know.
heart, you know?
I was hoping, like, it wouldn't, like, hurt you to see that, but I was like, "Okay, well, if Ruby's
No.
she wants to say it, like, go ahead," you know?
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
my husband was sitting there, and we just kinda looked at each other like, "Wow," you know?
Um,
That was
she's like, "You know the puppy that's in heaven?" I'm like, "Yes, honey."
mm.
Yeah,
But
she's
other
very,
than
like,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
And, tell Ruby I really appreciate
Aw.
everything that she.
Oops, my microphone. I hope you like that night that we did the giveaway, that was totally random that she
Oh my gosh, that
I
made
don't know
me
if you got
cry.
that. Okay.
That
Yeah, like, she was like, "Mom, remember, the puppy that's in heaven?" Like, she already knew.
yeah.
Of course, I talked to
Mm,
her, but she's
yeah.
very in tune to animals, and she's also very in
I
tune
know,
to
I
people
know that.
hurting, and she
No,
was
yeah.
asking about you.
Yeah, I remember when I first met, you
Yeah.
guys,
Mhm.
she's so into her animals and her cats and just
Yeah.
she has that gift, and, when I saw that, I was like, "Oh my
Oh,
god." It just made me it
I
just touched my
know.
heart.
I was hoping, like, it wouldn't, like, hurt you to see that, but I was like, "Okay, well, if Ruby's
No.
she wants to say it, like, go ahead," you know?
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
my husband was sitting there, and we just kinda looked at each other like, "Wow," you know?
Um,
That was
she's like, "You know the puppy that's in heaven?" I'm like, "Yes, honey."
mm.
Yeah,
But
she's
other
very
than that,
yeah.
um, I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to find peace, I'm trying to find happiness, and nothing's working right now.
Yeah.
Um, talking about him, helps, and,
Okay.
of course, my girls are like, they don't have time or they're just I don't wanna
Mhm.
make them cry either,
And
because
that's
they're going through
something
it.
yeah, and I think, like, Denise, I think that's something as moms I mean, dads too, a lot of our viewers are dads also,
Right.
but as moms too, some of our viewers are moms as well, like, we always take on that brunt of, like, the hurt, the pain,
Yeah.
but,
I mean, I went through it with their nana. One day,
yes.
uh, I'll be fine, and one of them will come up crying and having their moment,
Yeah.
and
How do you handle that? Like, when one of your girls comes up hurting, I could use that advice myself, like
yeah. I mean, I'm so emotional that
mhm,
I just break down with them. I can't comfort them. Like, my
mhm,
comfort is crying with them and,
yeah.
holding them and hugging them. I can't sit there and I can't sit there and talk and.
But you know what? Like, to be honest with you, I mean, this is just my opinion. I think that's the best comfort, and I say this only because my girls have told me, "Mom, I wish you would cry. I wish you would break down."
Mm,
And I hold back a lot, but when I do, I really like, that's probably why I hold back.
yeah.
I mean, as much as possible, but I can't control everything, right?
Mhm.
But when I break down, I break down. It's just hard
Uh,
to put it back together. But
yeah,
they want that. They wanna see, like, mom knows too. Mom's hurting too. It's okay.
yeah. Um, I know I could be so tough and so mean and but I'm
Yeah.
not that person no more. And
Right.
just by watching TV or something comes out sad or something, I cry.
Yeah.
It's just that's how my emotions are. That's how I am. Just so
Right.
emotional and you know, um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard. It's so hard.
Oh, I can imagine. I can't
It's
imagine.
just hard. Everything in the house it's.
It's fresh, right? Like, it's all
Oh yeah.
this is all brand new.
Yeah. Yeah, so everything in the house just reminds me of him. I have
Mhm.
to sleep without him. I have to wake up without him. And
Oh,
all that is getting. I mean, I know he's not here, and trying to get used to that. You
Mhm.
know, I'm just trying. I am trying,
Yeah. Now I
but I
know
wake up.
you had other puppies in your family. Do you feel like they're understanding, like he's missing, he's gone?
I have one more. Yeah, I have a red nose here still, and
Mhm. I've just always been curious if,
he,
how another pup
no,
would react.
yeah, he looks he looks like he's waiting for him. There's times where he's sitting at the door, and I know I know, I can
Mm,
feel it. Like I can see that he's missing him,
yeah.
and he got on my bed and he was looking around and smelling everywhere, and just like I know he knows he's not here now.
Oh,
And my daughter was like, no, he don't. The little one, that's her
yeah.
puppy,
Yeah.
and I said he has to be
Mhm.
wanting him.
Mhm.
They were all side by side all the time.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
he knows.
and I'm just afraid I have to go through this with him too. But I'm
Mhm.
not. I'm not that close. Like with him,
Mhm.
I could walk by. I could walk down the hallway and pass him by.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying I ignore him, but I can just pass him by. If it was Papa, I would lay there and kiss him and hug him and then walk.
Yeah. It's just a different connection altogether.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can only compare it to what I know. And I remember, okay, so, my son, my oldest son, I had him when I was just barely turning 16.
Yeah.
And we had a German Shepherd, and her, so great. I don't know why, but her name was Sitka. That's
Mm,
like a town, I guess, in Alaska.
mm,
But I was so close to her. I mean, this dog, I'm not kidding you. Like if I was sad,
mm.
she would sit next to me and there would be tears coming out of her eyes.
Wow.
I really felt like she truly felt what I was feeling.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And there was a lot of sad times, like
Yeah.
in you know, in my childhood and leading up to that point, there was a lot of sad times.
Hmm.
And she was like right there by my side, my sidekick. I know you understand that.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And
100.
yeah, and it just got to the point where, a lot of larger dogs, their hind ends go out.
Yeah.
She was going blind,
Mm.
just going downhill,
Yeah. Yeah.
to the point where it was becoming selfish to keep her
Mm.
here.
Yeah.
And I remember at that point, like telling myself, I will never, like, I consciously told myself, I promise I will never allow myself to love another dog. Like I'm not going to let myself go through this again.
Yeah.
But, you know, when the tragedy happened with my dad, I allowed my heart to be open for that.
Yeah.
Just like, how you were going through what you were going through with your mother-in-law, like sometimes you just need that little extra love. You need that little
Yeah.
window of innocence and love and encouragement
Yeah.
that sometimes only a fur baby, a pet can bring,
Yeah.
you know?
No. Yeah.
And I could have never imagined allowing myself to feel that again, but I did. And
Yeah. I
I
just.
do I do feel like it's a gift from God, but I understand it's oh,
Mm.
it's so heartbreaking as well to depart from them.
Yeah. Something for sure I've never experienced. Um. I've never gone through this.
Yeah.
I think that even if I had, you know, like I know I have to go through it again with this puppy that we have, but
Mhm.
again, I'm not trying to say it's just a little different. He's not
Yeah, it's not like
mine.
we're saying they're less than or they're,
No, yeah,
but
he's just not mine.
yeah.
I don't take care of him. I mean, I do. Trust me,
Yeah.
I take care of him.
No, I know. I
My
know what
daughter
you're
works,
saying.
and I feed him, and I'm there, and I give him snacks, and I'm with them, just like both of them, like I work with both of them. But he's not mine. That I have to take to the doctors or make sure he's okay. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, like,
real things.
like, he depends on you
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
I think that's it, like, that explains it perfectly. We know when it's your baby, your fur baby, you're like, he's looking to you alone to
Yeah.
make sure everything's okay, and I want you to just know that you really did carry him to the end, and do the right thing.
Yeah.
Um, that's hard. That's really hard, but
I know that I know this too shall pass. I know.
yes.
I
Yeah.
know, and I'm looking forward to
Yes, Lord.
being happy again, and
Yes.
just remembering the happy times that I had with him, but it just still makes me so hurt. It's only been a week.
Yeah.
I don't know how long this is gonna last. Like, I know you guys are there for me, and I appreciate that. All of you guys, everybody, but especially you, Jen.
Yeah, a lot of
You
people are, our hearts are here with you, sis.
and a lot of the guys that are on here,
Yes.
they have
Yes.
pets. They know.
So they know. Yeah. And everybody's like, how's Denise doing? You can see the comments, you're a warrior, Denise. Like, you've been through a lot
Yeah,
and you carry it. You carry it so well. People would not know how much you've been through if you didn't share this, but you've been through a lot.
yeah. It's
And
been a tough few months or a few years. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah.
But, I don't know. Like I said, this is just, it's different. I want to be happy, and I'm trying. I almost feel guilty when I
No.
do, because my daughters would show me like funny videos or something, and I would crack up.
Yeah.
And my daughter said, "Oh, you didn't laugh, mom." And I'm like, I can't right now. Yeah,
And that's okay. You're human. That's okay. You will laugh again. You will feel joy again. But you have to let yourself go through the grieving process. You got this. Now that you have, I know you got his urn back and his ashes, uh, which match him kind of perfectly.
yeah.
Was that like a trip to see that, or did you plan that out?
We picked that color, but I didn't know it was gonna be that
That perfect.
much.
Yeah.
You know, yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost his color and stuff. And
Mhm.
I made his little desk and his little area where he's at, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I do hold it and cry with it.
Yeah.
Um, and just hold it, but it just feels weird. It feels weird.
Yeah.
Feels weird. I talk to him like
Is
a
it
psycho lady.
no, it's not no, not at all. I'm just curious, is it a comfort to
I
you?
haven't I haven't felt
Okay.
I haven't felt like that. I
You're not
tried
there
to.
yet. Okay.
Yeah. I really try to, like, okay, he's here, he's home, it's him.
Yeah.
Um, but I haven't felt that peace and that comfort yet. And I'm
Okay.
trying to, I'm really trying to.
Yeah.
Um, so hopefully it will eventually.
Feel
But
that way.
again, thoughts run through my head, and I think, what
Sure.
if it's not him, or like something stupid?
Yes. That's so crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
that does happen to us.
Yeah.
Like, we do think all those thoughts.
If
Really,
it
it's
was up to me, like I would have had him here in the house. I would have buried him in the backyard, like you said.
yeah.
You know, if it was up to me, but it wasn't. So those little urns that are like maybe 3 inches.
Yeah.
Um, Not to get off subject, but
Mhm.
my nephew surprised me a
Oh.
couple weekends ago, like the weekend before Papa passed, because we were at the park,
Mhm.
and I took him with, I took Papa with me to the park, and everybody was kind of just, um, just loving on him and stuff, and told him he's
Mhm.
sick, and they're
Oh.
like, oh, I hope he feels better, and I said, yeah, me too. I'm praying for that, but anyways, my nephew gives me a little 3-inch urn of my brother's ashes. He's
Mhm.
like, here, Thea, I know you would want this. And I was like, surprised, like kind of shocked.
Mhm.
Um, but I put that right here on my dresser, and it's kind of weird, but it just I'm trying to soak it all in at the same time with Papa.
Yeah. Yeah.
His is really big. I was just like, man, he's a big boy.
Yeah. Yeah. The picture I saw, I'm like, that looks pretty big. I'm trying to judge it from just the picture, but
Yeah, it's big. And then
mhm.
they did his little footprint,
I loved that. That's so sweet.
and it's so him. His nails are so deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, man,
Right?
he must have got this after he passed, because
Right? I
he
was
wasn't gonna
thinking
let
that.
that.
I'm like, okay, he
Yeah,
wasn't put
yeah,
under for the nail trimming right before this.
no, no,
Yeah.
and there's even like his hair in there. It's a trip.
Oh,
So
that's so
I don't know if they
precious.
did that on purpose or what, but
It was meant to be whatever it was.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
With my grandma 7 weeks ago, as I
Yeah,
confided in you before anyone else.
yeah,
Raylyn and I did her makeup and hair. And
hmm
I did take a clipping of my grandma's hair.
oh,
And she still had long black hair.
yeah.
And
See, and that's something that brings you comfort, and I
yeah,
understand that, because I wish that I would have done that. Like I thought I wanted it, but I didn't at the time.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to.
of course. It's like you don't want to disrupt them or disturb them. And
Yeah,
I don't know. You know what I mean, and I know what
yeah,
you mean.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I hope everybody else does too. It's
I
just
feel
like
like
we
we
all
will.
have our different.
We
We all
we
have like
do,
straight up thoughts, and then we have like other thoughts. I don't know how to explain that, but
but you know what's cool about that is we
I
don't
think that's
judge
why
each
me and
other.
you. Yeah, I think that's why me and you vibe, because we're the
Yes,
same. You
yes.
know, we're the
And just like
same.
those examples, like for my dad, I didn't feel right doing that. For my grandma, I did. Like
Yeah.
one person may be different from the next.
Well,
That
yeah,
doesn't make you right or wrong. That's
yeah,
just how you feel in that moment. How you get through that moment of grief. What's right for you is right for you, and that's
yeah,
okay. And I think that's the lesson of the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, my mom has her little dog. I got her like, dang, I got her that dog. It's already 7. Let's see, what is it, like 14 years every for like in human
Yeah. What is
years?
it like 7 years?
But she's
One
like
year is 7 years
70.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Oh
70,
wow.
that little puppy, and you could tell already. His tongue
Oh.
hangs out to the side.
Oh.
It's old, and I tell my mom,
Yeah.
Mom, he's done. And
Mhm.
of course you don't tell nobody that, but I'm telling my mom, because I had my papa still, and
Yeah.
everything was fine, and this puppy over here is like almost already dead, and I'm like, mother,
Right?
like Whoopi. She named him Whoopi, or Whoopi, and
How cute.
I got her him that long ago from cousin,
Mm.
and no, she's right there with him, sleeps with him. He goes under the covers. He's a little chihuahua.
I was about to say, is that the little Chihuahua? I think I've seen
Yeah.
pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, I took a picture. My daughter's going, Mom,
Oh,
look at his nails. Grandma didn't even cut his nails. And I said, oh my God, I didn't even
oh, how
notice that.
cute.
Today was just like one of them days. And I just, uh, I gotta find, I gotta find my peace,
Yeah.
with it all.
Find your
And
peace.
I want to move. want to, I want to like leave and not come back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's just everything is just him.
Yeah.
I mean, walking through the hallway and trying to like not step on him
Yeah.
because he was the
Yeah.
same color and it's dark in the hallway.
Yeah.
And walking through the hallway and just thinking like, where is he? But he's not there. And his food, his bowls
Mhm.
are still where they were, and his leash, and just my husband got rid of some things, and I was pissed because I was like, where's this water?
Yeah.
He had like a cup, and the cup I would push a button, water would come out, and he would drink
Mhm.
it. I had one of those cups, and
Okay.
yeah, and he got, even with the water bottle. Like I put a video up today, and even with the water bottle, he would love that. I poke a hole in the top of the water bottle and just squirt it out on him
Yeah.
so he can drink it. And he got spoiled like that, so he stopped drinking out of his bowl.
Yeah.
And my daughter was like, "Mom, you're messing with them. You shouldn't be doing that."
Yeah. Oh.
So he got used to that, and I was like, "Go drink your water. Go get your water." And
Mhm.
he would just look at me like, where is it then, dummy? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. He knew mom was always gonna have it for him. That's why.
Yeah. So that
Oh.
became a trip. That was just like, wow, I didn't know I could spoil him just by doing that. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would look at me like, "Where's my water then?"
Yeah.
But
What a sweetheart. You know.
it just like everything else, it just takes time to. I don't ever really want to get rid of his bowl and stuff like that, but I know that things will eventually, be okay.
Yeah. Like he's always gonna be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just a blessing for you to share that with other people because I feel like a lot of people go through this. They just don't feel like they can talk about it, you know?
Yeah, I've never well, I have. I know my sister had a puppy, and I go, "Man, how do you," like, she would feed him from her mouth.
Mhm.
And I thought, "Damn, that's freaking weird. Like, how you doing that? You know?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?" This was like way before Papa, and I would trip out on her because she would treat him like a baby.
Right.
And I'll be like, that's weird. Like, how you doing that?
Mhm.
Feeding him from your mouth, and she goes, "He's my baby," and I was like, "No, he's a dog."
Right.
But yeah, and I don't even know. Like, I saw Papa's face, and then the girl was like, for sale, and I was like, damn, I want him. He looked like a little rat. And
Oh.
I'm sure some of those pictures and videos soon. I know
Yeah.
I told everybody like, sorry for being all weird and sharing pictures, but I just don't
It's
feel
not
like,
weird. Just share what you share. Seriously. Like
yeah.
that's part of the healing process. Yeah.
And he just looked like a little rat.
Oh.
And I was like, I'll take him. I remember just picking him up and bringing him home, and for 6 months, 6 months straight, I had to take my daughter to work,
Mhm.
and every morning I would pick him up. It was cold too. It was like winter time. I remember because I had a sweater on with like all the long strings hanging out of your
Yeah.
hoodie.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I would take him, and we would drive, and we would drive about, I'll say about 20 miles
Mhm.
And it's about a half-hour drive there and back. And he would nibble on my. I would put him right in on my lap. He was that little. I would put him right there, and he would nibble on my sweater.
Mhm.
And you know, just having him so close to me, it
Yeah.
was crazy. It
Mhm.
was just crazy. I knew then what my sister was
Yeah.
talking about. You
It,
know.
like, clicked in, right? Like,
Yeah.
it
Oh
registered
yeah.
then.
Yeah. She even
Yeah.
told me like, see, I said, man,
Yeah.
I never thought, but I didn't feed him out of my mouth.
Mhm. Right?
Yeah, I didn't
Hear
do that,
you.
but
But you got what she meant, like, you
yeah.
understood. Yeah.
Oh man, heck yeah. I was like, okay, now I get, I get it. I never thought I would be in be like that, but yeah, I
Yeah.
understood it all.
Like, you felt that love, like,
Yeah. No, yeah. It's
it's
it,
okay.
and I'm gonna tell you right now, like there's there's two kinds of people.
Mhm.
I mean, there's several kind of people, but you
Yeah.
have your animal lovers and you have your people that will never get a pet, just don't.
Right.
And like you said, like it's not weird, and I'm getting that. I
Mhm.
understand. Like I feel like it's weird
Mhm.
to be mourning him so bad, and
Yeah.
and missing him so much.
Mhm.
I feel like that's weird. But when I talk to you or like this guy at my pharmacy, he's like, "Oh no," or at my daughter's work even. There's like
Mhm.
three people that had pets, and we're like, "Man, I couldn't even go in the backyard for 6 months."
Right.
It took me that long,
Mhm.
and only only people that have their fur babies understand the loss and the
Yeah.
hurt and the pain. There's other people who would like be like, "No, you're crazy," or that's ridiculous, or I haven't
Um,
met somebody like that. I'm only thinking that that's the way they think, you know? Because
yeah.
I feel that way. I feel like, what am I crying for? What am I? Why am I feeling this way so much?
Yeah.
Um,
I think
I don't
that's
know if that makes sense. Does that
it
make
does,
sense? Like,
because here's what I think, like, just my honest opinion. I think that's how the world conditions us to feel, you know?
mm,
Like, even people like the hardest of hearts or whatever, like, I'll use my dad for example. I
mm,
never seen that man cry over no animal, okay? They were animals in his sight growing up were either food or property.
mm,
But towards the end, he had this little dog that was his baby brother's.
wow,
And his baby brother passed away on the golf course
mm,
when he was practicing. He was practicing to play my dad the next weekend. And he had a massive heart attack and he passed away.
wow,
And his little dog went to my dad. And
mm,
when that little dog passed away, oh, my dad was devastated. And
wow,
I thought, how, at first, part of me did think, how strange to see my dad react the way he did.
yeah,
But then immediately, right after I thought that, it's like, okay, that's his baby brother's dog. Like, that's his last connection
yeah,
to his baby brother, the brother he was closest to out of like 12 brothers.
dang,
It's
yeah,
a real thing. It's a real
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah.
So I think
So
that's,
I'm trying to find, and I'm trying to find the healing part now. Like I want to be happy. I really, really do. And I know it's early. I know that it's only been it's almost 10 days.
yeah, it's still new. It's still new, but that time is going to come, Denise. I promise you. I
Yeah.
promise you, okay? And I wouldn't say that if I didn't mean it. Like,
Yeah.
that healing, that comfort, it will come. You're
Yeah.
always going to mourn, which is okay. Like, that's biblical. It's okay
Yeah.
to mourn,
Yeah.
but that comfort and that peace is going to come with time.
Yeah.
And I just ask everyone else to pray for that same thing for Denise, like you guys have been already. A lot of people have commented, a lot
Yeah.
of people have messaged already. You know, they
Yeah.
really, really are looking out for you.
Yeah. And I really do appreciate it, all of that. I
Yeah,
do. And I just I don't let any of that be not known.
right. Yeah, you always
I
you
I
do always bring it up. Yes.
I do, I do see everybody's comment and stuff like that. And I know that my husband's, mourning over the same over him too. And it's okay to,
Yeah,
it's okay for a man to cry.
absolutely.
I see him and feel so bad. And like I said, everybody has their moments, and
Yeah. I hear you, sis. I hear
you
you.
know, you know. So
I hear you. I get you. And yes, it is okay for a man to feel that. As a matter of fact, I feel like as women, Denise, you can co-sign me on this or not. It's reassuring to us, you
mm,
know, that you're right there with us,
yeah,
and going through it. So we appreciate you, gentlemen.
yeah,
The men in our lives, and the men that are our brothers and our primos, our friends, or whatever.
yeah,
We appreciate you,
yeah,
and the females in our lives. You guys mean a lot to us.
yeah, yeah. Can't forget the girls.
Amen to that. Yeah.
Brenda has reached out, and
Oh, it's so glad. Yeah.
Nayla too. And
Yes, Nayla just won the
yeah,
contest.
yeah, she won. I saw that.
Yeah, she won
That's
the
cool.
contest. And then Ben Case won the contest for the males, because I wanted to do for us one male, one female.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk to you about it. Like, we think doing it like once a month, you
yeah,
know?
that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But with that said, is there anything you want to say before we wrap it up? Anything you want to say to everyone out there?
I just want to say thank you, Jen, for you and your prayers and just keeping in touch with me every day. And Ruby too. The thing that she did was just
Yeah,
amazing. And I really appreciated that. And
yeah,
everybody out there, again, just appreciate everybody's prayers. And I just ask they continue on, because it's just so hard. It's hard, and I want to get through this, and I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying. And yeah, just appreciate everybody.
okay. You're gonna get through it, sis. We're gonna pray you through, and much
Yeah.
love to you. You
Yes.
know, heartfelt. That was all Ruby,
I
in that
know.
moment. So,
Hey.
and we love you. I'm gonna sign off from here, but hang tight one second. You guys
Okay.
always remember to keep your heart convicted. Keep our sister Denise in your prayers. Lift her family up. You guys, we are one family. Um, we're just a phone call, a text, a message, a video away. God bless you guys. Good night.
Amen.